Good morning, Captains. It's me, TONIK TZW, and I thought I would save this game and share it as a little bit of an example to other players to understand what a destroyer may be doing and why he is telling you a particular thing. Trust me, there's a reason I'm doing what I'm doing. So we're in the legendary Z52. This is my current build with Eric Bay, with William Sims and Jerzy Swirsky as my inspirations. But I'm thinking about mixing this up and changing that second slot to Mortar, because with the Lucian at tier 8, and the fact that there's so many of those around, I was just wondering whether or not it's worth running full concealment on this build or switching it up and taking the extra gun damage. But we're here on Warrior's Path. It is capture the base. And for those that have a keen eye, you might have noticed the way that the teams have balanced. Blue team have 7 PlayStation players and 2 Xbox players, whereas Red Team have 7 Xbox players and 2 PlayStation players. Now, the reason I mention that is because I saw yet another God Complex My Console is Better Than Your Console on Facebook this morning. Let me just tell you guys, there is nothing about either console that makes people better at playing this game. It is the players themselves, no matter what console they're on. Now, you'll see that my perceptive indicator is leading off to the left-hand side, and I'm going to continue to ping the map as that tracks across there. You'll also notice that I'm not located, which means that there's a high chance that the ship that is pushing out here is not running twist and track or perceptive, but they will know that they are located. And there's a couple of shimikazes in this game, and basically, yeah, they're going to be running a full torpedo reload build, aren't they? And they're going to be looking at coming down the flank very, very stealthily and trying to get on this flank, because always on that bottom corner of the island where the cruiser and the battleship are behind me, everybody stacks up there, and they're an easy target for something like a Shima with a wall of skill, because they can cover so much with a triple spread of torpedoes. But I have positioned myself so that my detection ring touches the edge of the map. I'm also screened, and I've got a little bit of space from this island behind me. And I'm just sitting here. You can see the guys there that they're saying, spot these guys, and I'm saying, no, the target is here. And there is the target. It is indeed a Shimikaze. And I'm going to start moving straight away. This guy is going to start panicking. He's going to go guns. He's going to get his torpedoes off. But his torpedoes aren't going to be heading for me. They're going to be heading for those guys that are on the corner of the island behind me. He pops his smoke, forgetting that smoke is no protection against sonar. And then I think, yep, I'm not going to get away with this. I need to go forwards and spot him and get him killed. But by the time he makes that decision, it is too late. So that is one destroyer out of the way. There is another destroyer out of the way that was taken out in the center. If you look at the left side of the minimap, there is a Schlieffen on a YOLO charge heading straight down the left side of the minimap towards the cap. Unfortunately, he isn't going to survive the game. But one of our destroyers has done a great job and taken the opportunity to push straight through the center onto Red Team's cap. And if you watch some of my other videos, you'll see that that is a tactic that I've used myself previously. If you can get rid of the destroyer in the center of the map, or if nobody contests the center of the map, you can sail straight through, touch that cap, and you're immediately giving your team an advantage. Now look at this. We have 3 battleships out here. We've got the Burgoyne, we've got the Soyuz, and I think it's a Christopher Colombo there. They were all going to sit on the corner of this island and basically bow tank, smash the guys sat at the other end, blue team cruiser and battleship. But now they've lost their destroyer. They have nobody to spot for them. They know that there is a destroyer out here, and I am going to take advantage of that because this is going to turn into a complete chicken run now. And it is an absolute slaughter. Red team are 4 ships down. The guys have pushed that left flank hard. The destroyer that was on the capture point has come off a little bit because he was pushed. But we know that this Soyuz has limited damage controls. I'm hoping that my torpedoes were aimed in the right place. You notice that I didn't aim them at him. And I'm going to pop my smoke, thinking, surely the cruiser or the battleship can see him. The answer is no, they can't, which is absolutely great. But he does us the favour of firing his guns and taking 4 torpedoes and a flood. So he'll have hit the damage control, which means that now all we need to do is spam some HE, get a fire on that guy, and he is going to start ticking, because looking at how many hit points he has left, there isn't enough for him to survive another fire or 2. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, there is absolutely zero risk to us out here. Red team have lost all 3 destroyers. We still have all 3. There's the first of the fires. We're going to get another fire on him as he's trying to back out and run away. And the Ohio, and I can't remember what the cruiser was behind me, but they are pushing forward. Double fire now on the Soyuz, and we pick up the kill. 3 ships remaining. They were all across here. They're now running in the opposite direction as fast as they can, but look at how they are surrounded. There is a 3-way fire going in onto these guys. Oh, look, there's the Ohio back there, full health. He is going to pick himself up a kill before the game ends. We're on 2 kills. We're just under 70,000 damage. It is by no means a huge damage score. There are going to be no medals in this one. It is an example of how, if you play right and understand what you are doing, and your team can learn and understand what it is that you're doing, then you can basically turn the tables on red team like this. And even though there's 3 battleships here, none of their turrets are looking at me, so that's something that I'm looking for. I'm looking for where their turrets are pointed, and I'm just going to try and get a fire on these guys, because if they're going to damage control, it just means that the guys out there with secondary builds and things like that, and other guys who are spamming HE, are going to be able to just keep wearing them down. And look at that, the Montana gets absolutely chunked. How that wasn't a dev strike, I don't know, but our Colombo picks them up with secondaries. We have 2 of our destroyers on their capture point, but trust me, this one is not going to last long enough for that capture point to change, because the Ohio is about to come around the corner behind me. He's finally made it into the game. 1 more battleship goes out. I get a torpedo hit. Well, I get 3 torpedo hits, but the Ohio absolutely clatters that guy. 110,000 damage, so what have we had? We added 40k onto that one with that last salvo of torpedoes. We pick up 2 kills. We do get top of the board, but it's a pretty mediocre 2,169 base XP. Our Ohio there finishes at the middle of the board, which leaves me wondering what everybody else was doing. But there you go, a quick example of why you should pay attention to what your destroyers are doing and what they are telling you, because they could save your skin. Destroyers are the key to winning games now that they've changed these spotting rules. Be sure to support them, and they will support you. Smash the like button, leave me a comment, subscribe, and until next time, take care. Goodbye.